only touch greatness.
Y'all ready for this? I don't think y'all ready. I only touch greatness. You hear me? I'm on the podcast. It's your boy Crook. It's the West Coast hip-hop culture. All right? Keep it locked.
The mayor of C-Town, Ryan Hayes, and his big name guest.
Ghterahouse. Yes, we all the best in the biz. The West in this bitch, this Eastside LB money over Coochie, man. 645 when I dip through the birds. I be on my Gucci, man. Smash on the gas, kick a bitch to the curb. House in the hills, thousands of meals, getting wild in the field with your spouse in Brazil. On ounces and pills. How does it feel to count dollar bills that I piled off? Skills. Check it out. Jets, fly, private, nigga S5, hybrid, baby test, drive my whip, I'm in bed, stop with my chick on my west side, fly shit, pulling out minks when the weather get chilly, left eye side kick. Welcome to the east side, we be going up, Long Beach shit, nigga, we don't give a fuck, getting money in this bitch, cause we sick of being stuck, hanging in the streets ever since I was a pup. Niggas in the city got a certain set of skills, slaying anything, trying to run up on a meal, told my mama on the Bible, if I come up I'ma chill, now I'm signing autographs on $100 bills. Welcome to the east side, this is... I snap on you rappers often. When I'm spazzing, I'm just getting my passionate point across like a hood cat clapping his hands when he talking. Now that I got your attention, I feel I should really mention, don't come around here flossing big willies, we Willie lynch 'em. Pull out the chopper, rappers hitting the ground like every bar's a bullet. When I pull it, it sound like a couple of bullets are coming your way, then it jam like goddamn. Then I pick up something quick and start killing everything in the vicinity. The proximity, the Glock send me beyond Yosemite Sam. Bam, bam, your body drop. Van Dam karate chop. The Beretta's a better competitor. Pop, pop, turn your sweater to a crop top. Killing you and whoever in that drop top, etc., etc. And it will not stop. Just shoot, shoot like do, do, and buku, buku. I'm cuckoo. I'm a star going to war with you clones like Count Dooku.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you scared now?
Make that face at him, dog.
Crooked Eye. Get him.
I spot a victim, the plotter thicken. When the clock is ticking, I caught him slipping. I gotta give him a shot, I hit him with proper spitting. Hottest writtens in composition, so competition's a contradiction. Somebody mentioned they got it crooked, highly fiction. We probably different, got Gotti henchmen. Opposition, our body quick as Bugatti engines. I'm on a mission to get richer, the sickest lyric kicker. Digging a dish for different spitters. Weak lyricists get disfigured. Sip liquor, spit like a sick mixture. A notorious pun in L, get the big picture.
Fans of witness, I have to ask forgiveness. This might be sacrilegious. I don't wanna go back to business. I don't wanna go back to biz. Back to the back and forth. The last deal I brought, that bag was different. Only thing I heard back was crickets. That was my answer, listen. Never did lack persistence. I ain't no mathematician, but I see mad division. Couldn't get past the friction. Was it a bad decision? Trying to get back to the mission of actually winning and rap again. Cause all of us had the vision, but that was years ago. This is a new day, the fans deserve flowers. This is a bouquet for wishing the group stay together forever and never fall out like hair. At least we balled out like missing a toupee with trips to the UK. Yay. To bonding with the group, I became partial. He didn't start the group, he can't end it. Don't blame Marshall. He didn't start the group, he can't end it. Don't blame Paul. And fans been there from the beginning. Can't blame y'all. Let me take some responsibility. I had that Hennessy feeling me, willingly committing penalties mentally. Whenever liquor with enemy, bringing the silliest energy. Innocent, I can't pretend to be. I just don't fuck with the industry. You lied, you stole, and treated me just like an enemy. Now Joel, it's just him and me on our purple tape. Pride made the circle break. Stop letting them fake lies circulate. We too old for that. Plus we family men. We too real. Feel like I'm in the land of Canaan. Feel like we are the sons of Jacob. Four brothers who destined to break up, but will we meet up in Egypt to make up? The snake up the tree of life, who offered the apple to Eve. See, I bit the forbidden fruit, then I hit the chapel to grieve. Cause I knew the truth. In Babylon, shackled by thieves in the lion's den, I triumphed when Daniel believed I was a slave to my loyalty. Measure the pressures like trying to measure the desert, feeling lesser and lesser.
Man, King Crooked. I'm live in Dr. Dre's lab right now, you know what I'm saying? And I could spend the whole episode giving, props to the man across the room from me. You know, his achievements are just incredible. You know what I mean? What are you doing, Marsh?
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I got the homie in the house, one of the greatest of all times, Marshall Mathers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, bro. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time, man. Let's jump into it.
Lift the crowd, guess it's just a real gift. If you niggas think this is fiction, you sick in the head. And this 16 is your prescription, it gets in your head till you can't fix your addiction. You missing your meds. Crooked Eye, I'm your physician. Listen, C.O.B. and C.O.Q. We roll through with the whole crew. So please
I Only Touch Greatness podcast. Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Scan the code and follow. Often imitated but never duplicated, I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes.
Perfect. Legend. I'm Ryan, by the way. I'm up here in Vancouver, Canada. And we've worked together many times, bud.
What's going on in Van City, man? How y'all doing?
Good. It's pretty good. Well, I'm joined with B Styles in Oregon.
What it do?
What up, man? We got Oregon in the building. Okay.
And then Prince Allen in Kansas City.
KC.
What's up, man? Yo, World Two Rules 816 on Twitter, man. Shout out to Maria because I got the chance to talk to you on Clubhouse with her and the gang, the whole fans. So, blessings to you, bro.
Shout out Tiptoe. Shout out Tiptoe.
Shout out Tiptoe. Yes, sir.
And while we're getting our shout outs out there, I got to shout out McLaren F1 for the plug on the interview because he's gone and hooked us up and making it happen.
No.
So basically, you remember we worked together a bunch of times back in the day, and you obviously hooked me up with the tickets for Rock the Bells in Vancouver one time because I helped manipulate a trade between your guys' verses. Do you remember that trip? And was that the last time you were in Vancouver?
Man, I can't even tell you, bro. Let me tell you something, man. Drinking all that Jameson on the road, you know what I mean? The whiskey got to me, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But I'll be mixing up stuff because Joel Ortiz will call me and he'll be like, yo, you remember we did X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, nah, man. And then it'll dawn on me or he'll send me pictures because it's crazy. I don't remember it, but I think the last time I was in Vancouver, I was messing with this company called Dogg. It was a online gambling company. You know what I mean? I was down there messing with my guy, Ali. And now they have broadband TV down there and a couple other things. But yeah, man, I always liked Vancouver the way it just looked because it's West Coast. You know what I'm saying? It's I feel like the West Coast starts somewhere in Mexico and ends somewhere in Vancouver. You know what I mean? So I always liked that, but I don't recall that when we I was down there. Who was I doing? I was trading.
So you were with Slaughterhouse doing Rock the Bells at Deer Lake Park. It was a Deer Lake Park. It was maybe 2010 outdoor festival. Yeah, you hooked me up with free tickets, 5 free tickets to the concert. So I always wanted.
Oh yeah, well that's just how
that's just it. I always wanted to get the chance to thank you.
That's what's up, man. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I fucking loved it. I'm gonna drop highlights of that into this right now. When we edited the video.
No.
So you also worked with the Vancouver artist Mercules as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had you first, but he's killing it.
Yeah. I mean, man, Mercules, man. The reason why I wanted to work with him is because when he reached out to me, he showed a lot of respect, and he was already killing it, doing his own thing independently. You know what I mean? And he reached out, showed respect, and that's how I feel like we should all, communicate with each other in the hip hop culture with just respect for one another. You know what I mean? Just something simple as that. And he obviously has skills, and his content was really organic, and I like that about it. You know what I mean? So he just hit me up like, yo, Crook, can I get you on a joint? I was like, yo, let's go. You know what I mean? And we did it.
Bodies. It was a good song.
Bodies. Yeah, man.
And I had you on the song when I had you on my song. I put you with Be Legit and TQ. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, that joint.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
That was you. That you
Yeah.
was the Wizard of Oz. You hooked that all up, huh?
Yeah, I put that all together. It's a Legends track.
Nice. So,
And
yo, shout out to TQ and Be Legit. I remember that. And you know what's so crazy? I don't think I've done a song with them since.
hey, perfect. I had you first. Okay, now let's get to you. Born in Long Beach, both childhood like for you growing up, and did you play any sports? I know you're in your early days. You had a mixtape with some football guys.
Yeah, man, the football dudes, man. Long Beach is a football city. You know what I'm saying? Long Beach Poly is on the east side of Long Beach, and we have probably produced at least 5 or 6 NFL players, back to back, that made it to the league because it's a real football town. Willie McGinnis is from Long Beach. He got 3 Super Bowl rings. He probably going to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, just all kind of stuff. So, yeah, we was doing our little thing. I played football for a minute as a kid. I played football for a minute, and it wasn't for me because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Once my father bounced out, I didn't like playing. I didn't like playing no more, and not seeing him in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it kind of bothered me. And a lot of the other kids, you know what I'm saying, their pops was out there cheering them on. And I was, I was only like, I stopped into like 7th grade or something, man. And I was just like, you know what? I'm out of here. But I liked it. It was cool. But, then you fast forward, pick the mic up, do what we do on that mic. The homie Chucky Miller, 8-Ball. Chucky played for the Colts. 8-Ball played for New England Patriots. They started a label in Long Beach called Muscle Records because they mixed their names Miller and Russell. Leonard Russell, Chucky Miller. Made Muscle Records, built a studio on the east side. Snoop used to come through there, Warren G, rest in peace, Nate Dogg, Daz, Corrupt. Everybody who had a name in Long Beach would come through that studio. And, I was the first premier artist that they wanted to push as an independent label. And it was dope, man. It was a great time, man. You can't even explain that time in the city. Like, just imagine Snoop Dogg first single drops. What's My Name? And he's coming off the Chronic album and it's going crazy. And he pulls up on the east side of Long Beach in a black Suburban in front of the studio, brand new. We go down, look at the Suburban. We kids, we poor, we hungry, we starving for the game. Open the door, St. Ides, fucking logos all in the carpets, all in the headrest. And we like, wow. And he's like, yeah, they gave this to me for doing the commercial and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, damn, they just gave you a whole Suburban. Like back then that was big to us. Like, what? And he's like, yeah, check this out. And he'll play like a song that you never heard before. And then that song goes on to be a classic. You know what I'm saying? It was just a wild time, man, to be an artist. And I really am blessed and grateful to have been in that environment. Because I see how hard it is now for artists to get in certain rooms, to get around certain artists, to get around certain producers. It's very hard. So to be able to, say, hey, I was right in the mix with these guys when they were doing great things. I'm grateful for that,
That's for sure.
Right.
That's word. And speaking of Long Beach, man, like so at once upon a time I was signed to Freeway Ricky, his label.
Yeah.
And I know you know RX, and we was I was actually with RX whenever we first touched down in Long Beach, which was super crazy because like I'm from Missouri, so like the West Coast has always been like a dream for me to be, and then like I'm going to Long Beach, I'm being places where Snoop is from, and everybody, I'm like, yo, like this is crazy.
Nice.
But the one thing that I do got to give you props on, though, is you do show much love to artists. Like RX, for instance. RX is doing this thing. There's another rapper that I know that is really influenced by you. Her name is Lex Bratcher.
Now, Lex is hard. I didn't even know she was a fan, but she hard.
Oh, yeah. She a huge fan. Also, Unconventional Kings. They all coming out of Arizona, but yeah, Lex got it.
Yeah, she got it, bro. Like I wanted to meet up with her too, just to kind of like chop up game with her, you know what I'm saying? But she caught me in a transition. I was moving out of my office in Venice Beach, and it just the timing didn't work. But I had reached out to her because I saw her kicking these freestyles on the internet. And I'm like, yo, she's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I really love the clarity. You feel me? Like some people when they doing they double time, they chopper flow. It's not, you can't understand every single word, but she was crystal clear with it, and she was hitting her points, hitting her targets. And I was like, yo, I really love it, man. It's to me, it's so many talented people, my brother, that it's a shame that, everybody won't get that super duper spotlight. So I feel like it's our duty to try to make people aware of just, enjoy this buffet of talented people in this culture. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy it. You don't got to just listen to one dude for the rest of your life. You got three rappers that you listen to all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, expand your horizons. You know what I mean? The underground is always harder than the mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, that's just facts.
Big facts.
The mainstream is too political, and they don't got enough creative control up there. You know what I mean? So the underground is always harder. It's always better. And no knock on the main. There's some people in the mainstream that's doing their thing, of course. But if you told me to line up 10 mainstream rappers and 10 underground rappers, them underground rappers about to eat. They about to eat. You feel me? So I just like people to be exposed to everything that's going on. I get mad with hip hop platforms don't mention Lex, don't mention the Shoe Gang, don't mention, different people. I'm like, man, y'all ain't even tapped in. Who gave y'all this platform? Y'all ain't even tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely for the artists.
Yeah, they hardly ever talk about the West Coast. They always been sleeping on it for years. Prince, shoot one, your turn, bud.
Oh yeah. I was just basically just thinking of what everybody was talking about, even with RX. Shout out to RX. He's a little brother. As a matter of fact, we had him on there with you on Clubhouse one time, and he was just chilling. He didn't know how to get on there and stuff. Like, and I'm about to get the other homies on here, 80 Empire, which them dudes is total gems, man. Like, this the ones y'all got with each other, like with Fallen Angels and Taking It Back. Like, how dope was it making songs with 80 Empire?
Yo, 80 Empire, man, it was the bros, man. They the soul brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like, that's straight up, man. I listen to their music like I'm listening to a piece of vinyl. You know what I'm saying? From the 70s almost sometimes. That's how much soul they have in their music, man. And
right.
We just kind of be chopping it up. We be texting each other, talking shit and having fun. And then it's like, yo, let's get on some records, The one Fallen Angels, I wasn't even going to use that record. I was going to scrap that record. And wow. I was like, yo, they was like, yo, man, what happened to Fallen Angels? I said, yeah, I did something to it, but I don't like what I did. And then they was like, what? And I was like, I don't like it. And I said, the hook and the beat, I love it, but I don't like what I did on there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, so, I just moved past it. And then about 2 months later, he was like, yo, bro, we working on this new project and we want to rock with you on something. I said, but let me send you this Fallen Angels, because just because I don't like it don't mean you won't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I sent it to him and they kicked me back with like, yo, bro, you're out your fucking mind, man. This shit is dope. So I was like, all right, cool. I said, run with it then. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up being one of, people talk about that record when they hit me up sometimes because the content and the subject matter, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, them dudes is dope, man. We got some more stuff that we talking about collabing on too, man. I just like working with good people. See, they're good people. You feel me? That's the difference. That is the difference, bro. I'd be a billionaire if I didn't mind working with scumbags all the time. You feel me?
Right.
But I like working with good people, man. That's what I like doing.
Right, and that's one thing about 80 Empire too, because they give other kids shots too. You know what I'm saying? Like they had some on that album that they just like gave him a chance and just put him on there, and the dude sound good. He sound good. I think it wasn't the last album, Intermission, but it was the one before the last album. I think it was. I don't know how it went, but it was so dope to have that kid, because I was like, who is this kid? You know what I mean? Like giving kids that type of, that motivation for them to keep going is totally amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at this with 80 Empire too, because we're all on the same mixtape with RX too, because I was on the skit of RX's skit.
Oh, yeah?
And you hosted it. Yeah. So you hosted it. And I'm on the skit, because he hit me up, was like, yo, do the voicemail and shit. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do the voicemail. And next thing you know, he was like, hey, man, you're going to be on my mixtape. I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to be on mixtape with King. And look who's on there.
Look who just dropped in.
The Canadian.
Hey.
Now, this is great. This is great.
What's going down, man?
Ruck, what's good, brother?
Oh, ain't nothing, man. I'm loving that hat you got on,
You know I have to represent.
Yes, sir. How's everything?
Good, man. Everything's good. Just put the kids to bed, and then Prince hit me up on IG. He was like, "Do you want to jump in?" I'm like, "Why not for a few minutes?"
Had to.
Water's fine.
Man.
Water's fine.
Gotta make greatness. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what we all about for the culture.
Okay, Crook, I got one. Boom Boom Clap. That song back in the day was one of my favorite songs. I never found it on Spotify or iTunes. Is there a reason for that? Because that song was a banger. You had a great video.
Hey, thank you, bro. That's a good question. You know what? When you go different labels and going through different, things in the industry, sometimes the catalog doesn't get all bunched together the way it should be. And I think that song fell off somewhere, but I'm glad you mentioned it, because I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna get that on streaming, because
I've been looking ever since we switched from CDs to streaming. I've never been able to find that song.
I need to get that song on streaming, because I did that song for BET Uncut. That's when they used to have all the strippers on BET. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I can make one of those joints. And BET was like, yo, if you cut this girl out and that girl out, we'll play it on our daytime format. You don't even have to play it on BET Uncut. And let me tell you how stupid I was when I was younger. I was like, nah, don't do that. I made this specifically for the hoes, you know what I'm saying? Because I was young and I thought I was outside. You feel me? So now these are the lessons that I get to, impart on younger artists. You got to be aware when an opportunity is knocking for you, because if they would have put that song in a daytime format, it would have forced Power 106 to reconsider playing it on their radio format. Because what was going on was everybody was requesting a song, but I wasn't playing radio politics with the payola and all that. So they was like, yo, we don't know. And, boom, if it's on BT daytime, it's getting a lot of spins. It might hit 106 in part. And then the radio got to play catch up with you, because that's when we was playing a radio game. But it just really helps for young artists to keep somebody around them who has been through this industry. Keep them around you. If they're a good person, listen to their advice. At the end of the day, you're grown, make your own decisions. But keep somebody around you that been through the fire so they can teach you how to not get burnt. You feel me? So, yeah, that song right there taught me a big lesson. But I'm about to rebirth it. It's about to get repurposed. You know what I mean? Just because you just said put it on streaming. You feel me? So we gonna knock that joint out. We gonna put that right on streaming. Put that Dodger music. This is for gangsters only.
I got the video on. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I got the video playing in the background right now on the ready to go. Yeah, it's ready to roll if I hit play. But
Hey, bro, check this out. I was in Tokyo with Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, right? And we went to some little place to eat. And when we walked in the place, Boom Boom Clap video was on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I was in Tokyo. That shit tripped me out. It was old by then, too. And they didn't know we were coming. It was just randomly up there playing, and people were just partying and shit. So that is a good song, bro. I'm gonna bring it back.
It is. And when you put it up there, remember who gave you the idea?
Hey, man, listen, I'm not one of these snakes, man. You know, I even give you a piece of the publishing. I'm just
no, not at all. Not at all. You're doing us an interview. That's called trades.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yo, I'm kind of glad you said it because I never knew Boom Boom Club was about to be on BET Uncut. That's crazy. And speaking of BET Uncut, man, Still the Row, which people forget that was another gem that people was always looking at when we was kids watching Uncut, like one of them classics. Like, how was it? Because it was one of my favorite songs from you. Like, how was it being a part of that? You know what I'm saying? Of Eddie Griffin. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City's own. You know, like how dope was that? Like for real, like
that
me and my
was real
boy
dope.
Was talking about this not too long ago. He was like, "Man, this is a fucking classic." So tell us about
that's dope.
The Row.
That's dope because Eddie came in the lab while we was making all that. So
no shit.
Yo, he don't know how to turn that funny off. It's on at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, all right, dude, we ain't gonna be able to finish these songs. You got us dying in here. You know what I mean? He was just hilarious, bro. But it was a great experience. We had a couple of like old school groups that was in there. Danny Boy was singing all over this place. You know, he's one of the best singers that, you know, ever touched Death Row Records. And you know, we had Jim Gitt'em in there. He was producing all over the place. Man, I helped organize the whole soundtrack from an A&R perspective. You know what I mean? Because Suge was, you know, he put that in my hands to do that. So, you know, I was helping to put the production together on a lot of joints. And it was my first time experiencing, you know, trying to put a compilation together, being involved in that part of it, you know, and not just in the booth rapping, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was great. And when the movie came out, you know, it's always dope to go to the movies and see your hard work, you know, hear it on the screen, you know, the credits rolling, you hear your song blasting throughout the theater. You know, those things still matter. They still matter, you know?
Right, because you had like 3 gems on there on that entire movie. Like, like pretty much like some of his like moments on that movie. Because I remember I was in LA. I think I was in Anaheim when it came out. Like, I wasn't dope to knowing that your songs, because you're basically your top songs was on there and Corrupt. Like,
yeah, it was dope. Hey, bro, it was dope. It was dope, man. I could, you know, I soaked it up, man. I soaked all that up, you know, and I felt like very grateful for it, and you know. But we thought we had way more work to do, so we didn't take a lot of time to celebrate the victories. We took a little time, and then we was right back to work, man, because we wanted to conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? So we was just on a mission. But, you know, now when I look at it, it's like, damn, we was really getting busy, man. We got on here, you know, Kansas City. That's the thing, man. I like to be connected to the culture globally. You know what I mean? I got a case in Kansas City too right now. You know what I'm saying?
So, hold on. Speaking of Kansas City, Kansas City, man, I had to get on the horn real quick and tell Unconventional Kings to holla at me, and they got a special person in the building too. So I'm gonna flip my phone around so you can see.
Oh shit.
Yo.
What's good, Crook? Hold on. Hey, I got an old friend with me.
Hey, Tech N9ne. What's going on? What'd he say?
he said them niggas kicked in his house over in Kansas City.
What? They over his house? Yeah, we can't hear him.
Tell him we'll give him the code. Tell him we'll give him the code.
I'll just give y'all the code. Y'all can jump in.
Okay. Yeah, just jump in. Jump in.
All right.
Oh, this is amazing. Tech N9ne, Kxng Crooked. Yo, I'm blessed.
It's getting lit in here now, huh? It's getting lit. It's
Yeah, how about that? We've never even had Tech on the show before, and then all of a sudden.
So hold on. I didn't really go into like everybody that I know, Crook. Like we didn't been around each other, not even been around each other, brother. So like this right here is history in the making for me. Like, and the fact that you know is legends finna be in the building. Like, yo, it's a glorious day.
Yeah, bro. You know how it go. Like, we all get connected. I can't even tell you when I first met Tech. He definitely wasn't on strange. It was no strange music when I met him. You know what I'm saying? That didn't exist yet. So, you know what I mean? Like, we all connected, man. 6 degrees of separation. And that's what I like about Pac. You know what I mean? Because he had that tattoo, that 50 niggas. You know, if I got somebody in each state, you know what I mean, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. Like, if we got people in each state and country, we got to go beyond now, because, you know, we got to start acknowledging in America, the United States needs to more so acknowledge that hip hop is global and that there's artists all over the world that we could be putting the spotlight on, paying attention to, supporting all over. You know what I mean? Because we get kind of bougie and don't be fucking with them unless they from the States. You know what I'm saying? But
I know some across the seas over in London that be spitting. And the crazy part is they tell the same stories that we tell. They just tell it in their dialect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing, especially when you understand it and you can relate to it.
Hey, Dynasty TV would have been bigger than YouTube.
Hey man, if we would have kept going, man, we had some nice.
Fucking right, you did. I've been hanging around you for so long that trying to get working with you. I mean, but yeah, I've been studying that. That was a great time too, and you would have been before YouTube. We got Tech N9ne.
The great Tech. What's happening?
He's coming in right now.
We got gladiator music in here.
Gladiator music, Tech. We got greatness. 50 years of hip hop. I mean, this is hip hop.
This is hip hop.
1,000%.
Facts.
So they're here. I'm Ryan in Vancouver. It's nice to meet you guys.
What's up, man? We're the Unconventional Kings, man. I'm High Definition.
I'm Low-Key the Wizard.
It's Low-Key the Wizard.
And Tech, I actually met Tech when he was in Vancouver here. I called him outside his tour bus to get an autograph.
No shit.
I was a weird random white dude standing outside your van.
And he gave it to you, huh?
And he did. Of course he did.
You better believe it. Real ones do real things. You feel me?
Outro guy. All right, perfect. Thank you. It's a video.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Texas real as they come, man. He's a big brother to me. Yeah, I'm from Kansas City. My brother here is from Phoenix, Arizona, and I think my brother B Style is on here right now, man. Crook, I'm big fans, man. I still got a not so great version of Blammers and Burners.
Oh, there we go.
yes, man.
What's up, man?
We run heavy with X-Rated too. That's our brother.
Yeah, man. X-Rated, man. I'm always on Instagram talking to X-Rated. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he out doing his thing. He picked up one of my homies from AZ, Venezi. And he was doing, helping my homie Venezi out. I thought that was real dope. So, shouts out always to X-Rated, you know what I mean?
That's my brother, and my little sister is Lex Bratcher. B-Style told you about her earlier, man. We was on a live with you one time.
Oh yeah.
Lex,
she cold.
We got to find a way to chop behind the scenes, man, because she lives in LA. We be out in LA. She really, really wants to work with you.
Okay, yeah, man. Man, listen, the studio door is open, bro. I'll just be in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the music right now. I couldn't escape it if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's just all around.
She wants to help, man. She wants to help influence and impact the culture, man. And that's the part that matters, man. When they want to impact the culture and that dope, you can get that crazy shit that comes out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I like to have my little bros in the room at the same time too, because you know what I'm saying, they on the same wave. You know what I mean? Tech.
Well,
Tech definitely heard him. He definitely heard my little brothers go.
You talking about Horseshoe Gang?
Yeah, the shoe gang.
We were talking about them before we came on here.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Horseshoe Gang.
They're monsters, bro. They're
appreciate it. Yeah,
it's crazy how they can continue to make. You know how it is. You was part of one of the greatest super rap groups ever in the history of the world, rapping dudes, right? How hard it is to continually raise a bar with 4 guys at the same time, and it takes insane talent. And
especially when you're the best one in the group.
Shots fired.
Hey, leave it to Vancouver. Leave it to Vancouver to say that.
Hey,
right?
I agree.
Bang, bang.
I'm not biased because Crook's now La Familia with me. You're speaking the truth. You are speaking the truth.
I mean, if they can do what that man can do, I done listened to the catalog. I don't think a lot of rappers can do that shit. That's why they duck smoke. You know what I mean?
That's why they be ducking the smoke. But look, shots fired.
Hey, Crook. If you were having a dream dinner party and you can invite 3 other famous people dead or alive, who do you want to come?
Man, you said what now? I'm sorry, I was busting my strap off. Huh?
If you were having a dream dinner party and you can invite 3 other famous people, who would be at your table?
Damn, bro, that's a crazy question.
So for me, it's Tupac, Seth Rogen, because I like to smoke joints with Seth Rogen, the comedian, being from Vancouver. And then I want to see some eye candy, so I'd probably go with Shakira, maybe.
Okay, so they could be here or gone in another realm.
Yep.
Man, that's still a hard one, bro.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, you got me with that because that's hard, and I've been blessed enough to, to do that with so many people that are, quote unquote celebrities. So damn. You know what? Michael Jackson and Prince. And like you said, we're gonna get a lady in there, you know what I mean? Maya Angelou.
Sweet.
Yeah, I do that.
That's
I sit back and ask all kind of questions, man. By the time I leave there, my head will explode for real. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
B, you're up.
Yo, I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna ask next, man. Like it's been,
I got you.
Hip Hop Weekly. We want to talk about the Hip Hop Weekly.
I got you. If you want,
which one's your favorite?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, which one's my say it again, Ryan?
Which one's the favorite Hip Hop Weekly
of mine?
Yes, correct.
All of them.
I know, of course, that was the right answer, but
all of them, bro. That was a the first time when I did it, it was a very pivotal moment in my career because it was hard to create separation. They say when you leave Death Row Records, you have the Death Row curse for 7 years in the industry. That's what they say. So for 7 years, supposedly, this dark cloud follows you everywhere. Nobody really wants to touch you or do business with you. And I found some of that to be true. And by the time I got around to Hip Hop Weekly, which was like 3 years after I left the row, it created that separation that I needed and it started a new chapter in my career. And it told a different story about me as an artist. And that story needed to be out there. And it was innovative. Nobody was doing it at the time. And, it landed me on the cover of the freshman cover of Double XL. You know what I'm saying? And I really, that's like a baby to me. You know what I mean? That's my contribution to hip hop because after I did that, a lot of artists followed that stencil and they started doing it themselves every week, dropping music. So I always wanted to contribute something to hip hop innovative. And I could say that I did that and it still works. It worked amazingly for us. It worked. Some people come up to me and they like, yo, man, I got the idea off you. That helped me get a record deal. Like, it's just really, it's really beautiful. So yeah, man, it's like really close to my heart, the weekly series. And when I did it again, I did Reloaded. Then I came back and did it with my brother Diz. And Dez from Detroit, Michigan, is one of the greatest new producer artists in the whole fucking place. And I just don't get why more people in Detroit aren't embracing him and using, getting his production and bringing him in the lab and just working with this brilliant young man. It really frustrates me sometimes because this dude is a genius. So, shouts out to him, man. He did the whole
4 minutes. Make sure you
52 weeks.
everything was on there. Tell them you got all that shit. No, yeah. How you gonna play
this? Is that somebody I see?
Okay.
Is that fucking Tech?
Tell them what you got out.
Is that Tech? Hey,
yes.
And we gotta get the Kings on here too one time for an interview too. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, what y'all working on?
And so we have a project out. We just put our first project out January of this past year called Clear and Conjure. We're brand new. We're a brand new group. We started we actually made our first song in 2020, in March of 2020. But we have a lot of music done. We've got music with actually Tech is on the first track of our EP, having a conversation about how we put music together.
Oh, that's ill.
That's dope.
Yeah, so he actually got me alive. I came over and played it because we've been friends for a lot of years. And when he found out that I was making music, he said, "Herb, I got to tell you this, man. I love you, bro, but I won't play with music. I'll tell you what's up for real. Like I'll tell you that it's bad to save you some time and some money. You know what I mean? Crook knows him, so he knows how Tech is. Tech will look you in the eye and be like, man, let me tell you what's up." So he said, I went over and played it for him right here, and he said he sat up and he looked at me and he said, "Bro, you really got something on your hands here. But you can't put it out unless you put live drums on it because we're a different kind of an act. I'm a rapper singer. He's a singer guitar player, and we make everything ourselves. Everything. We got no producers or engineers involved. We send our music out to get it mixed and mastered. We come to Kansas City to get our live drums played at Strangeland. But aside from that, we do everything ourselves. And I wrote my first rhyme in 2020. So for Tech N9ne to tell me for Tech to be willing to even do songs with us. We got a song coming out with X-Rated called I'm Free. We've got a song with Recognize and Lex Bratcher called We the People. And what we stand for is the greater good. We're really different, man. I have Christian-based belief systems. He doesn't at all. You know what I mean? I believe in a God. He doesn't. But what we found out was that being friends over all these years, we treated people the same, regardless of what we believed in. So if I go home and I pray and he don't go home and pray, should I decide that we're not brothers no more? It don't align with anything really to me. Yeah. So, and me and Tech and I have shared a lot of the same ideologies over the years. He's been a good mentor to me. So when we started making music, I think we were probably a little more prepared. This dude's been playing the guitar for 35 years. He plays almost every instrument that there is. And we're making music, I think, to implant shit in people's heads that matter. You know what I mean? And show respect to the OGs, show respect to the young ones that's coming up and everything, because this hip hop thing is a life changer.
Yes.
It can be a life changer, and it can change it. It can change things socially as well if more MCs would be willing to understand that they can help create a lighter lane so that our youth doesn't have to leave hip hop to go hear music that make them want to smile and be happy. Because that we got music that make us want to dance and fuck in the club, right? Or we got music that make us sad. We got all of that stuff, but we don't have anything. A lot of music is not genuinely happy. There's some of it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discount those artists, but that for our kids to go escape into and stay inside of our culture has got to exist. I don't care if it comes from the young or the old.
Nah, you're absolutely right, bro. Like music is a power tool, and it's like. They got this documentary, I think it's called 1971 on Apple, and it talks about how music changed society. You know what I'm saying? That year, because you had Marvin Gaye saying what's going on. You had John Lennon saying, imagine. You had people going against the Vietnam War, and the music moved society into the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how powerful music is. So we need all types of music. We need a full balanced meal when it comes to music. We don't need the same frequency over and over and over again, because it's also a Pied Piper, and it can lead the new generation and some of the old down the wrong path too. It's two ends of the spectrum. So we need all of that. So if you bring in that type of high vibe music to the table, we can't wait to support that because we understand that needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, flat out. Can't wait to hear it, man.
Right,
Real.
right.
Hold on, no, because Herb said one thing that was wrong. That ain't your first rhyme that you didn't wrote, brother. Like you might tell all these other people, I know what's really going on.
Yeah.
Different.
Right, and this is good because that's right up AD Empire's alley because they make a lot of dope content with a lot of musicians, man, including a lot of people that we were just talking about this too. Like they'll look at like somebody on social media and they'll do a song with them, like they did on Anthems and Icons, like. So hook up with AD Empire Lucas, man.
Well, we have an EP coming out. We don't know when yet with Doodlebug from Diggable Planets, and it's straight jazz. Like there's moments in the records where I just did jazz keys. We have upright bass. We got like switched it up straight jazz. So it's gonna turn heads on it. It's just bringing musicality to it. Like showing different layers, that it's not just like Crook said. That's why Crook and I think Crook, my brother and I have Crook already knows how I feel about him from from a couple of years ago when we first connected, but our energies connected because Crook is a poet, is a musician. He's not just a rapper. You know what I mean? There's rappers. There's like beat makers and producers. I call myself a producer because I like to incorporate bridges and intros and outros and hooks and strings. You're there. You're a guitar player. You understand that as a musician, you want to create layers and not just have, not to say there's anything wrong with a beat maker. A lot of these guys are winning right now with beat making, just a loop in Fruity Loops that loops for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking it away, but I come from the world of, here's the studio, drums.
Yeah. Talk to him.
Keys,
talk to him.
Right? There's another keyboard there, vocal booths in there, throw everything to some analog gear, and you just kind of, you know what I mean? So, I'd love to connect with everybody here. That would be dope. And I have to say, Crook is one of, and I don't say it because I consider Crook, La Familia now. He's an honorary Italian brother of Adrian and I. But
Dominic Triago. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, he. I remember when we connected, a mutual friend connected us, and he gave us his cell, and it just clicked, and he's just he's a real dude. Like there's not many in the industry. We've all been there. We've worked with people, that you work with, and it's great at the time. You do your track, you move on to the next thing. But working with Crook, and I know there's more stuff to come. We chat all the time. I bug his ass all the time.
Yeah, man, we have fun. I was telling him how we just, we talk music, talk everything,
We talk everything, and that's what it's about. But that's what, Fallen Angels on Anthems and Icons was something that we were doing separate. And Crook's like, remember, he was like, I got these verses. Let me go back to them. Next thing you know, the track came out, and one of my favorite tracks on that album. So
he literally just told that story. Yeah, he told that story like 10 seconds before you dropped in.
Oh, dope.
So that was good. That queued up pretty well.
Yeah.
The Crook, can you tell us a good Slaughterhouse story? Positive story.
A positive story about Slaughterhouse?
What about a road story?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. When we first formed Slaughterhouse, the label didn't believe in us. They thought that we were some lyrical miracle guys that weren't going to have any appeal. But we had such a strong buzz that they said, well, we'll do something with you. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not talking about Shady Records. This is before. This is E1. And when we got on E1, somebody had the audacity to say, you guys should just do an album battling each other. So we were like, yo, we are songwriters. We want to write songs. We don't want to get on there and just battle each other on every joint. And they were like, well, we don't see you guys as songwriters. And they basically made us feel kind of small because we're deep into the craft of lyricism. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna tell you who they bet the house on because I'm not here to throw nobody under the bus, but we had an album. Our album came out at the same time as another act, and they bet the house on the other act, and we outsold that act by margins. And they didn't even have, this was back in the CD days, they didn't even have enough CDs manufactured, printed up. They ran, all the Best Buys ran out of CDs. They realized they dropped the ball, and it felt really cool to sit there and say, you know what, guys, we really have something here. And, you know, seeing the #1 hip hop album on the Billboard and being able to show that to my mom.
Yeah.
It was really great, man. And for that part of the Slaughterhouse chapter, I'm always grateful, man.
And you're treacherous, though. You still have Kxng, and you used to have a 1-2. Do you remember that? High school dropout.
Yo, listen, man. Kxng is one of the greatest singer-songwriters in LA. Period.
Yes, he is.
There's a lot of songs that have his fingerprints on them that people don't know about. From Chris Brown to whoever you name. And his runs and his range as a singer is incredible. 1-2, incredible rapper. You know, he's straight boom bap, and he wasn't even born when boom bap was going on. You know what I'm saying? But he's a great storyteller, a great technical lyricist. I love 1-2. I took him to Texas with me when he was 16. I took him to Houston, Texas, so he could experience rap on the road. You know what I mean? And since he was 16, he always been my guy. Campo, another great producer, you know, and these dudes are hidden gems. You know what I mean? So if anybody is listening, watching, and you want to go hear some dope stuff, look for beats produced by Complex, look for 1-2 songs, and look for Kxng songs. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
Right.
Kxng is awesome.
Right. Speaking of, man, I was just thinking about this because Psychology 101 was one of my favorite fucking songs. Shout out to Tech. Shout out to Chino XL. Like, y'all both, y'all three killed that song. Like, tell us a little bit about it, because Tech, I know you're fucking looking at me right now. Shout out to your son, Donnie. Bruh, I'll go hard for both of y'all every time I go on Clubhouse and they cuss me out, because my opinion really counts. So tell us a little bit about Psychology 101 for the love of hip hop, man.
Well, man, I wanted to teach the up and coming generation back then. I knew it was coming. I wanted to teach them what we knew lyrically and what we call different styles and what we call swag and what we call really bussing, you know what I'm saying, sizzling, to keep that going, teaching the younger generation that lyrics matter, you know what I'm saying? I need to help me do that. Chino XL and Crooked Eye, man, and they murdered it, man. They followed the whole theme of it, man, and I think we got the point across, but some of that generation didn't listen.
Hey, Tech, you know what happened, Tech?
What?
It's the shit. There's only, you know, there's great rappers, there's hardcore rappers, there's lyricists, and then you got Jedi. You know what I'm saying? And when the Jedi Council comes together, it's a whole nother experience. And
yes, sir.
What I love about you being a Jedi, you're not afraid to rap with anybody on the globe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have invited all of the Jedi to the table at one point. You know what I mean? From Eminem to whoever is great at the craft of lyricism, you have reached out to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, let me tell you right now, that's not normal. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? That's special. That's rare. You feel me? But that's only because you are so confident and comfortable in your skin, because you know what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's no problem. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
You always accept the challenge, man, because it's no challenge to you at all. And I love.
Hey, bro, Corrupt was the same way. When Corrupt was in his stupid prime, slicing everything in his path, he would be like, who's the best? I need to rap with them. You know what I'm saying? So he would do that. I say that to say this. It's a lot of MCs in the industry, not to throw nobody under the bus, keep the vibes positive, but they scared to rock. They scared, bro. Like, they say they want to get out on songs, then you send them the verse and you never hear from them again. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't feel like they can match up to that energy. You feel me?
I think Nas calls it King's disease. You know what I'm saying? It is. That's what it is. He calls it King's disease. People don't nobody. What I say? Nobody want to be showed up. They send me one verse and they hold up. I send them my verse and they go busting up the verse up their minus and still cut because they go nuts when the pro clutch. Microphones giving no fucks because I'm dope plus in my flow trust I got for show guts. They get it like a post. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm talking. Like, come on, Tech. Like, man, bro. Hey, bro. Stay a Jedi, bro. I love it. That's what we need, man, because I think the game suffers when collabs don't happen. Like, it's a crime when certain rappers that we love never rap together. You know what I'm saying? So you always show unity. Tupac always showed unity. You go listen to a Tupac album, Me Against the World, or you go listen to All Eyes on Me, you're going to hear people from the East Coast, from Redman, the Method Man. You're going to hear people from the Bay, E40, and all. You're going to hear people in Southern Cal. He just bring them all together. That's GOAT shit.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you. And your relatives horseshoe gang are problem.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. They always, you know, they really, man, they love it. They love it when you know, the OGs like yourself, you know, you're their OG. So they look at that and say, wow, that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? We made the OG say that was dope. You know what I'm saying? So
I know we were supposed to do it a long time ago. We gotta get it in though. I gotta get it in, and I gotta still.
Hey, bro, I will. I'll bring them all the way to wherever, and get an Airbnb, and just sit there the whole week until you say, all right, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And they'll come in and get it done and have fun. Like, that's all. We're a family of music makers, man. We all we do is just make music, and you know what I mean, and stay on our path. So they'll love that. You know, Eminem, when Marshall was like, hey, bring them out here when y'all finish the album. I want to hear the album when they done. I was like, bring them when we finish. We gonna make the album here. I got an Airbnb in Detroit for 3 weeks. Did the whole Horseshoe Gang album out there. Walked in the Marshall studio and pressed play right there. He like, y'all already done? We already done. And here it is. And he was like, yo, this is crazy. I'm about to give y'all 5 beats. And he gave us 5 beats. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anytime they get that, I get an opportunity, man, to expose them to people of your caliber, man. I take that shit very serious, because that's the shit that keep you going when the rest of the world is sleeping on you and you feel like people are sleeping on you. It's the comment from Tech N9ne that keeps you going. Feel me?
Yes. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, thank you so much for coming.
Hey, Tech. How about I seen them Chiefs?
Oh yeah, man. Come on, man. Started, you know.
Which love your new song too. Love your new song that you got out with the Chiefs, and love the new song that you just put out last week too. Loving it.
Tell everyone, yes. And
and congratulations on the baby too. I heard I got a baby twin I got a twin as a fucking birthday twin, and it's your daughter too. I didn't even know it until I seen it on your like page. I'm March 3rd, 1987. So, and you had a baby, congratulations on that.
Thank you, brother. She's upstairs right now crying.
Shout out to y'all.
Okay, everybody, take care. Thank you, Tech.
Hey, so before I go, you gotta go upstairs and take care of his new baby. And I want to say thank you. B-Style, I know you can hear me, man. Thank you for bringing us on. And Crook, if it's cool, I'm gonna have Tech connect us, man, so I can I come out there, I can make that pop with Lex for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Got an idea. So I'm gonna say something, because I told you earlier what we stand for. We're the Kings that stand for the greater good, and I do first song we have called Kingmaker, where I say, so conscious of ratchet rap, if you out the trap, we can't leave without looking back. No, our people mean more than that. Ain't no time to be falling back. All our folks can't run and rap. Mental health at the front of that. It don't matter if white or black. When they go in, they're coming back. So it's time to be show them that creates our own shit, not rent our own shit. Build up each other instead of letting the chrome spit. Young men that live grown shit, we got to own this. We can control this. Pick up the phone, man. Act like grown men. Leave it all on wax. I ain't saying don't go in, but when it's all over, man, everybody got to live. Everybody got kids. That's why we live in the world without nip. No pop smoke, no Bing. Y'all really rocking with that King Von shit. Killing the young king, knowing that he's spitting some raw shit, busting shots when they already brawling. Man, if we ain't self-destructing, what the fuck would you call it? And that's part of the song that we have called
50 years of hip hop.
Yo, bro, that part about nipping them, damn. That's some of the realest shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the realest shit ever, bro. I can't wait to bump that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's real, dog. Like, we got to get back to that. You know what I mean?
This is a crazy surprise to end up on here and have all of these and have two of the great
history
spot with Unconventional Kings here. B-Style, we love you, bro. We appreciate that a whole lot. And only Touch Greatness podcast. Right?
That's it, man. Thank you very much.
Don't trip, bro. Like, we finna have you on here too.
Oh
like,
yeah, we got to for the culture, bro.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Like, it's super dope. Everybody in this room right now, like, everything that just happened, everything that just went down is crazy.
History.
And I can't wait to hear, you know what I'm saying, Unconventional Kings and Crooked Eye. And, you know, I might come out of retirement and spit a little bit too. Who knows? You know,
please do. I mean, like, we need to get this. He's a monster. He's a monster. And Empire, all y'all, he's a monster too. He can get it. He can get it too.
Much love, man. Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate you, brother. Peace.
Thank you. See you soon.
Hey.
See y'all, man.
Yeah, Crook, I still got questions.
For Crook before I let you guys finish up. I don't want to take up.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I really loved Crook over the last couple of years on the Crook's Corner tip. I really love some of your interviews.
Thank you, man.
Especially Rakim, Black Dot. I really loved hearing that because I feel like I think I texted you once. I called you the Howard Stern of hip hop, like, right? Because Howard Stern gets people to talk, to say shit that they normally wouldn't say, right? Because you get the obvious questions, the usual questions, right? How'd you start? All those kind of ones that you kind of know, or like, you know. But the one like I didn't know Rakim how he played drums on Know the Ledge, I think it was. Like, I had no clue, you know. So what would be like moving forward? What would be the next artist that you'd want to interview and really get to like deep in with?
Well, good question. You know we got to get 80 Empire on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to
let's make it happen. We're ready.
Yeah, I'm about to launch the audio because I never really put none of my interviews out, audio versions of them ever. Yeah. So I'm about to launch the whole catalog, which will include, you know, Snoop, Jermaine Dupri, Exhibit, E40, Tech N9ne, you know, like you said, Rakim, all those guys. So that's going to launch. So that's going to launch next month. And then once that's launched, I'm going to start getting back into it, man. I got to start getting on, you know, talking.
Yeah. And you know what's funny you say that, because we have a song that we produced for Bishop Lamont, his new album that he's been crafting and putting together. And he wants us to fly down and shoot the video. So
yeah, we can make that happen because I talked to Bishop yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's doing some stuff with the same people that I'm doing some stuff with, where we're gonna probably use their facility to do the interview. So that might actually
So yeah, that's what I'm saying, because we just got to give him some dates in the coming months. So like, yeah, man, that would be really dope. That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be real dope, man. You know, we got to, you know, the Crook's Corner is for the culture.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be frustrating, or you can get discouraged if you're for a hot second, and then you jump back into yourself. But you can be discouraged when you see people sitting around talking about a bunch of nothing in our culture and being praised, uplifted, and you're sitting here having high-level conversations about hip-hop, and you might not get the same views. You might not get the same viewership, but you know what? I never wanted to get down in the mud and play that clickbait game. I just wanted to keep everything real, everything culture. And when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame reached out to me and they said, hey, we've been scouring the internet for 2 days looking for the best Eminem interview we can find, and it happens to be yours. Can we use that for the program when we induct him into the Hall of Fame? So I knew then I got to keep having these high quality conversations, because although they might not get the peanut gallery cracking, people who understand integrity and all that, it resonates with them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog, we're gonna keep Crook's Corner rolling for sure, bro.
No, that's how we feel having you on.
Well, listen, man, I'll let you guys go, but look, listen, this is what hip hop's about. I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Yeah, man.
Right. That's
listen. I would put my kids to bed. Watching HGTV. Listen, watching HGTV.
That's how we do it.
Prince said, "You want to jump on? You want to jump on?"
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it, man. Love you guys.
We do it. Love you
care, buddy.
for the culture.
All right, guys.
Ready for more? Ready for more? Part two. You know it.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. We got him back. Hip hop.
Crook, I need at least 10 more minutes. Of your time.
10 more minutes. Yeah, I got 10 more minutes.
Okay.
10 more minutes. Right.
I need to know so you're still sober, right? How's that life going? I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's going good, man. It's 7 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's a good thing for me. And I'm still doing repairs because, I put some age on my body partying like a rock star for 20 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So it might take 20 years to get me all the way where I used to be, but I'm enjoying the journey. I'm more sharp. I can get up in the morning and get on my conference calls and not feel like a piece of shit hungover from the last night's studio drinking session. And it's just, I want people to know in the culture that if you don't have a problem with alcohol and drugs, you party every now and then, but you have it under control, great. If you do have a problem, there's people like me who are willing to talk about it, and we can chop it up and let you know you're not alone in that area, and I think the new generation needs to know, especially like we listen to drug addict rap. It's heavy now. You know what I'm saying? And they own everything imaginable. You know what I'm saying? And I see them spinning out of control. We are losing people. We're losing people to overdose. And it's just like, yo, somebody needs to come in and say, hey, you don't have to live like that. Now, do you got to sober up for 7 years? No. I'm not here to judge nobody, dude. I was just on Instagram the other day telling them how I had a fade. I caught a fade with a tree in Amsterdam. I was so gone off absent, I started beating up a tree, hallucinating. You know what I'm saying? So I have no room to judge anybody. You know what I mean? But if they want to go in a direction of getting a little bit more cleaned up, I would love to be the person to help them do that, because these record labels are feeding them all this stuff and just taking that publishing, putting them in messed up deals. One day they're going to wake up and the ride is going to be over, and they're going to realize that they wasn't on top of their business because they was partying and high and drunk all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I want them to be able to make generational wealth. Make sure your kids are getting your royalties when you pass along. Make sure that you can leave something to your family. These labels, if they catch you slipping, they're going to get you, period. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm thinking of this. Tell me what you think of this idea. I got some homies, right, in the industry, and they going hard on everything imaginable. I kind of want to make a group Zoom, where it's almost like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, but it's just a group meeting where we come together and we talk about, the ups and downs of alcoholism and drug abuse. You know what I mean? And off limits. Not the public is not watching. Nobody's watching. We just have grown man conversation, grown woman conversation, and try to see if we can help each other heal. You know what I mean? Because you're just better to yourself and your family and your friends when you're trying to, heal yourself.
That's for sure. I did sober and I loved it. It was the best of me. I drink now, but my sober 6-month run was I felt it was the best I ever was.
What's your drink of choice?
Now that it's workout beach, I'm trying to get the body back on. So I'm trying to like vodka water.
Vodka and water?
Yeah.
All right. What kind of vodka you on, man? You on that real Russian or what?
Stolies.
Stolies.
Yeah.
I got Stoli stories. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're welcome to tell all the stories you want there, bud.
all the stories you want, man. For real. I
wanted to know about Afeni's house. Hang on, you guys. We got to know about Afeni's house and your Gangsters Cry song. Did you go over there?
Yeah, man. I went to Afeni's house. And it was an amazing experience. She cooked for us. She told us stories about Tupac and his childhood. And, I chopped it up with his sister. And you see all this Tupac memorabilia, stuff that you never seen on the internet before. It was an amazing experience because this is Dear Mama. That's where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? And, Pac was one of my favorite rappers of all time. So it was interesting to try to see where he got it from, where the energy came from, where, the passion came from, and to talk to her. So God rest her soul. It was a great thing, man. Like, not too many people could say they chopped it up with Afeni. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people can. I mean, the first time I met Pac, and I was going around telling people, yeah, I just met Tupac. A lot of people were blown away. Like, what? You met Tupac? You know what I'm saying? So it's really a blessing, man. But yeah, man, shouts out, man, to the whole Shakur family, the foundation. The people in control of the estate. I need my money. You know what I mean? I'm coming for my money. I did 2 songs on Until the End of Time, Happy Home, and Why You Turn on Me. I did those joints, me and my god brother Jim Giddem. Yeah, we coming because they need to pay up.
Right. On that note, have you talked to Snoop about your comments last week?
Yeah, I talked to Dogg.
Okay, good.
Everything's good and handled with that situation?
Yeah,
so we'd like to clearing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everything is love. It's all love, man. Love. I told him that wasn't no shot to you. I was making an observation. And he didn't take it as a shot. He said, I already know. He said, but you know how they gonna try to play it, you know? And that's what it is. Is they trying to play it a certain way. It's like, no, this is my homeboy. You gotta understand, I love him. You know what I mean? I was kind of shocked to see Dysfunctional Family on streaming. I ain't never saw that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just always on Twitter. So I was like, yo, this is I made an observation, but we talked about it. We're gonna sit down and chop up, things moving forward with anything that's of mine in his catalog, with his Death Row catalog. We're gonna get all that squared away. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna go against my Long Beach brother in public just to start mess. That's not the vibes I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Never gonna do that. And I told him, you ain't never gotta worry about me publicly going against you about nothing that I disagree with you on. I will do that face to face, or we'll get on the phone. It's never gonna happen in public because that's what they want to see. They want to see us at each other. I'm not gonna give them that, luxury of seeing 2 brothers from the east side of Long Beach beefing with each other on the internet. It's not happening on my watch.
Perfect. 2 legends. No one wants to see that shit.
Right. Nobody would want to see that. Man, speaking of that picture, I still want to know, did y'all work on something? Because I remember seeing that picture of you, Snoop, and Dre. I know y'all got I know you gotta say all of it. We just want to know, was there a song out when y'all made that picture, when y'all took that picture?
Yeah, he was working on his new album with Drake.
Yep. That's it. That's all we needed. And I wanted to know this too. I wanted to say this, man. If you could have your life soundtracks, now we're talking about Tupac because he had a life soundtrack. All right. If you could pick by Spice One, Tretch. Shout out to Tretch because we shouted you out on the interview we did with Tretch.
Yes.
Let me see. Snoop, Nate Dogg, and let's think of another one. Let's think of another one for him. And Razzcast. What songs would it be off your, to explain your life soundtrack?
If I had to choose a song from one of those artists?
Yeah, one of those artists.
I mean, Naughty by Nature, everything's gonna be all right.
You know Ghetto Bastard. Yeah.
Ghetto Bastard. You see what I'm saying? That's gonna go in there already. And since we on the ghetto, then I go to Snoop on Lil Ghetto Boy. You know what I'm saying? And then, Razzcast, Nature of the Threat. You know what I'm saying? Nature of the Threat, because I'm a deep student of history. So he was dropping a lot of knowledge about history in that song. You know what I'm saying? And then who else did you name? Razzcast, Snoop, Tretch.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg? Man. Yep. Nobody does it better. That right there. Oh my God. You get really close to it, man. Nate was just, man. Yeah, I'll do Nobody Does It Better, because that song I still play at least, once a week. You know what I mean? That stay in my rotation. So Nate Dogg, rest in peace, the great Nate. I love you, Nate. You always kept it real with me, even when I was on death row and half the city wasn't seeing eye to eye with me. I used to meet up with Nate at the bowling alley, you know what I'm saying, drink Hennessy, and he always kept it A1 with me no matter what, you know what I mean? So I love him for that. And who else you name?
I think that was that it? I think it was, Tretch.
Nate, Snoop, Tretch,
Razzcast, and who else did I say? Oh, Spice One. And Coolio. And Coolio too. R.I.P. Coolio. Shout out to Mimi.
Welcome to the ghetto. You know what I mean? Welcome to the ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. What? Shout out to Spice. We had Spice on the interview too. And shout out to Coolio. We was about to say favorite Coolio song. Shout out to Mimi.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Coolio song?
When Coolio said standing in the county line, man. You know what I'm saying? See,
yeah.
When you in LA, Long Beach, Compton, and Watts, and you poor and you broke and you live in poverty, soon as you turn 18, you could go down and stand in the county line, and they gonna give you this food stamp card, and they gonna give you $200 in cash money. So everybody used to go down to that county line, and it'll take you 4 hours to get in the building. That's how long the line was. And we be out there freestyling and rapping and talking shit and bagging on each other until we get inside there. And then we get in there and we start acting like we homeless, because they won't give it to you if you got a house. So they be like, nah, I'm homeless, man. I'm been sleeping on the curb and all this. You give them your sob story. They give you that food stamp card. And now you have to kick back with the homies. You got all the snacks. You got all of, booze from your 200, and you just freestyling some more. That's what our life was. So when he said standing in the county line, we was like, oh shit. And it was so real to us, man. Definitely a tragedy that he gone, man. But he contributed a lot to the culture. Not only was Gangsta Paradise one of the biggest rap songs in the history of rap, but when he was with Dub C in the Mad Circle, he was putting in straight work on that CD, and he just brought something different to the game, man. And we gonna miss him.
That's for sure.
Right. And I wanted
to before we go,
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we gotta
definitely. I want to give you your roses. So number one, this entire interview, bro, like You've been the most humblest dude. You one of the tightest MCs to ever grace the mic. Like we was talking about Slaughterhouse and everything like that, but when Crooked come on, that's what you listening for. Like I love Joel Ortiz too, but ain't nobody holding a candle to you, bro. And so like the fact that you are even bigging up underground artists that nobody even has got the chance to hear yet. That's a beautiful thing, man. You are a humble brother. I'm blessed to even be able to be on this podcast with you.
Thank you. Me too.
I want to make sure that you got your roses and why you able to smell them. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You had me at boom boom clap.
There we go.
You had me with the road, man. And to tell you too, and hip hop is alive too. They put you on a number 87 for hip hop's top 100 rap artists of all time. Like what do you think about that, man? Like somebody put you on the list. They finally
should have been top 5.
They should have, should have been upper. But I understand, you know what I'm saying, because you got M and Snoop and you got Pac and you know what I mean. Like, how is it, knowing that somebody's still making lists? You know what I'm saying, trying to get it accurate at least, but they trying to.
I mean, it makes me feel good because a lot of people on that list had a major machine pushing their music for years, and I didn't. So if I could make the list without having a major machine pushing my music for decades, then I know that I've been grinding my ass off. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them, acknowledging that. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy out here, and that's why I do big up young artists like Sean Smith, who's an incredible lyricist. You know what I mean? JID killing them. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many people that's talented, but that's why I do that when I big up the underground, man, because it's not easy in the underground, bro. These underground rappers are going up against people who are paying playlists, thousands of dollars. People who are paying thousands of dollars on YouTube ads so their videos get more views, thousands of dollars on radio play, they just spinning. And you got a guy with a 9-to-5 wondering, how am I going to compete with an artist who has $200,000 budget every time he drops something, and I got a $200 budget? You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure out how to close that gap. And I'm glad social media closes it somewhat, but even the algorithms are hate on you. Now, I know people spending $10,000 on Instagram ads. I mean, $10,000 on Instagram ads. And it's like, the average MC not going to have $10,000 to spend on Instagram. So we got to figure out how to close that gap and always, wave that flag for the independent rappers, man, and let them know that we see them and they exist and we acknowledge their presence and we appreciate their art. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're all working hard trying to do something. Like, we've been doing this 3 years now. We're 500. You're episode 571.
What?
We've had nothing but legends.
Right.
Damn. 571.
In 3 years, we started June 2020.
Man.
Yeah.
And we had DOC on here. And we had DOC on here, which I wanted to talk about the DOC weekly that you did too. Shout out, but you got to go though. At the end of the day, man, I just want to say you hip hop, bro. So,
hey, 50 years of hip hop, 570 plus shows is amazing. They say when people start a podcast, they usually stop after the 9th one.
True.
571 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I salute that. Salute to the DOC. Salute to everybody, man, that y'all had on here. And yeah, man, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but that was a hip hop moment because I don't think I've ever been on a podcast with Tech N9ne.
No.
Hopefully you can help reshare it. I mean, we're gonna have I got a couple
we gonna repurpose this, baby. We repurposing.
Yeah.
All these clips going up. All these clips going up. It's content. Sure. We live in a content-driven world, baby.
This is what I've been telling you, Brian. This is what I've been telling you, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You take this whole thing and make 100 clips, bro. I'm telling you.
100 clips.
You got clips by clips.
bro.
You reels, you got TikTok videos, you got all of it. You got it all now.
We got extendos over here. We got extendos, bro.
Hey, Crook,
it's going down.
Perfect. Thank you. Hey, so this was awesome. And you know that I've been a big fan of you for ever, since Boom Boom Clap. And
appreciate it.
And yeah, you are just as humble as I assumed, and you showed it back then when you gave me the free tickets. And yeah, and the little things. You did something nice for me 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and I never forgot about it. So
that's beautiful. I love it.
Right.
Perfect, man.
All right,
Thank
you guys. Y'all be safe out there. Be healthy.
Thank you.
Hip hop culture needs y'all. So look into the health side.
Got you.
Thank you, Crooked.
Right?
Thank you, buddy.
Keep it G.
All right,
Peace, brother.
Peace.